We will be demanding that Deutsche Bank share with us the factual basis upon which these decisions were made.
Alberta's Premier Jason Kenney on the offensive as another bank takes a stand on investing in the oil sands. This week, Deutsche Bank says its new fuel fossil policy will not only stop funding to new projects effective immediately, it will also ban the production, processing, transport, and exploration. And that looks to include oil sands pipelines and upgrades for refineries.
Much of that, as I've said before, coming out of a misinformed campaign from European financial institutions, which have wrongly judged the Canadian oil sands as being the environmental equivalent of thermal coal. That is ridiculous and unscientific.
The German bank is one of many European lenders and insurance companies who have pulled the plug on financing new projects in the Arctic or on oil sands projects. They say the policy will allow them to help the EU achieve its goal of being climate neutral by 2050. 2 years ago, Europe's largest bank, HSBC Holdings, announced it would no longer offer financial services for new oil sands projects or pipelines. It was a move that led to producer Suncor Energy vowing to end all business with HSBC, including its conventional oil operations in Europe.
Very typically, they're lumping in the Canadian oil sands because they've seen that on a brochure from a series of green pressure groups in Europe. When they talk about oil sands, they're essentially talking about 95% of the oil production in Canada.
I don't think Alberta needs to worry that funds are going to dry up entirely.
Ornstein says the province has to do a better job at communicating what their role is in the energy market during this time of transition.
A lot of banks right now are looking at ESG, environmental, social, and governance factors, as being important parts of their decision making. And frankly, we perform fairly well as a country in all those areas, but that message isn't necessarily getting out.
Alberta's premier says this has raised concerns about boosting Alberta's economy, as Canada's energy industry already faced challenges pre-COVID.
Our advocacy strategy has obviously been, like so much else, sidetracked by COVID, but we will absolutely get re-engaged with those European financial institutions.
Deutsche Bank says these latest moves are part of a commitment to align its credit portfolios with the greenhouse gas reduction goals of the Paris Agreement. In Calgary, Jackie Perez, City News.